Hello everyone, my name is Vikky and today you'll see my reaction and discussion to Attack on Titan Season 1 Episode 13. Basically now, like many times before, I'm redoing this introduction. And I don't like the fact that I'm doing this a lot of times. But if I see something that I just have to tell you, share with you, I will do it. So basically when I was watching and then discussing the episode 13, I was doing it at a late hour. I was extremely tired. I had a busy day, like all of these days in this last week, and I think it's evident through this video, through my reaction, through my discussion. I look sleepy, I look tired, and the whole quality of the discussion, in my opinion, is not at the level which I would like it to be. Especially my talking. I know that my talking never was nor will be perfect, but I know I can do better than I did in this video. Like even when I was editing, I sometimes couldn't understand myself and I had to cut like a lot of the discussion. I had at least an hour of material and I had to cut it under 20 minutes, so just because it was not possible to understand what I was talking about. And it's sad because this is a great episode to discuss. It has a lot of things, and also I won't put background music into my discussion part because I want to make sure that you'll understand what I'm talking about. I will put my background music in my future videos again, but in this because I think that my talking is, especially considering that sometimes I speak really silent, I just think that my talking in the discussion part is not good enough, so that's why I'll be removing the music so you'll be able to hear better. I just hope that you will still find some enjoyable parts in there, and before the whole video begins, I would just like to say that I know that I am uploading a bit less frequently these past few days, and it's just been I've just been busy with everything. I had to film late at night, and then you're just tired and you don't have time to edit and just go to sleep, you know. I just don't want to make bad videos, and if I'm rushing and forcing something, especially in a time where I don't have a lot of time, then the quality automatically lowers, and that's what happened with this episode. Anyways, probably as soon as this end of the year ends and somewhere in January, I think I will be able to probably upload again a bit more frequently. I know you all want me to quickly come to season 2 and 3, and I'll do my best to do that. Still, enjoy this video, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Oh, shit. Come on. Oh, no. Look at some of their proportions. Is this also broken? And I have a feeling that someone will die. I mean, some of these titans do some weird shit. Is the Colossal Titan back? Oh, okay. So he is controlling, yes. Nice. What is this? Okay, you look suspicious. What? They heard him. I said babies. Look. This is exactly like a baby. Oh. Oh, no, he died. That's why he won. Freedom. Oh. Yeah, I expected a lot of deaths. Oh. Interesting. Man, finally. So they did succeed, wow. Yes. Oh, he's a, oh. Is that blood? Is that blood on his face? Oh, look at the left one. Okay. One of the... Oh, that's Levi. So they're back, as I expected.
トロスト区に閉じ込めた巨人の総統戦には丸1日が費やされ、その間壁上固定砲は火を吹き続けた。わずかに残った巨人も主に調査兵団によって掃討された。その際、4メートル級1体と7メートル級1体の巨人の生け捕りに成功する。人類が初めて巨人の進行を阻止した快挙であったが、 それに喚起するには失った人々の数があまりにも多すぎた。
Oh no. Who's that?
お前、誰かこいつの最後見たやつだ。
彼の名前は知ってたら早く答えろ。わかるか、訓練兵。このままでは伝染病が蔓延する恐れがある。二次災害は阻止しなくてはならない。
She's creepy.
第104期訓練兵団所属中級班班長マルコ・ボット。
マルコか。名前が分かってよかった。作業を続けよう。
What?
巨人が吐いた後だ。奴らには消化器官がねえから、一食って腹いっぱいになったらああやって吐いちまうんだと。そんな。
So why the hell did they eat?
これじゃ誰が誰だか見分けつかねえぞ。
ごめんなさい。
謝っても仕方ないぞ。早く弔ってやるんだ。調査兵団実行部隊のトップエルヴィン団長と
Why she's in prison?
兵長。
I guess for safety reasons.
見ての通りだから力をとだけ言っておこう。今君の身柄は憲兵団が受け持っている。
その鍵は。
ああ、君の持ち物だ。後で返す。君のせいか。志願しなくにあるイエーガー医師の地下室。そこに巨人の謎がある。そうだね。
はい、おそらく。
まだわからないことだらけだが、今すべきことは君の意志を問うことだと思う。
俺の意志ですか。
君の成果を調べるためには志願しなくウォールマリアの奪還が必要となる。君の巨人の力が必要になる。超大型巨人も鎧の巨人もおそらくは君と同じ原理だろう。君の意志が鍵だ。
俺が。駆逐してやる。この世から調査兵団に入って
Looks a bit creepy.
ぶっ殺したいです。悪くない。エルヴィン、こいつの責任は俺が持つ。こいつが裏切ったり暴れたりすればすぐに俺が殺す。文句は言えんはずだ。前の調査兵団入団。
Oh, he's now part of them. So humanity finally won, at least one battle, but the loss was still big, so no one really celebrated as it was stated, but this probably gives them a gigantic boost in the hope that they might be able to win. This episode, I think a lot of stuff happened in this episode actually. Finally the story moved a lot, so it seems like the Trost storyline came to an end. I guess they'll now start to do their operation to recapture Valmaria. It seems like Valrose is safer now. I don't know if anything like really stood out. I guess the victory. I guess the fact that Eren succeeded. So it is now proven that you can basically control yourself, which definitely like boosts the theory about the colossal and armored titan, like I was talking. That I suspect that they are, or that is just one human who can change with both. Maybe they are two separate. No, even Erwin said that it seems like they're also the same as Eren's, if I understood that correctly. I'm really interested into like what does this mean for the future, or if this is connected to Eren's energy level, because when he like moved the rock, he was clearly super exhausted. So now I'm curious into how many days was he sleeping. Maybe if it was just some hours, but I suspect that it was a long time. And he clearly is now a part of the survey corps. Captain Lib. I know he's captain. These subtitles are wrong. I had to switch back to these videos because the other ones who apparently had the original subtitles are lagging, and then it's really hard to edit the whole thing. Someone said in the comments that if there will be any mistakes in the subtitles that you will let me know, so I hope that if something is wrong and I'm not aware of it, please let me know. Anyways, yeah, so at first I thought it was a typical story where our main guy does something right and then he's imprisoned. That were my main thoughts at first, but it seems not like they're not blaming him. I thought they would blame him something, they would interrogate him. Like even Levi was acting mean towards Eren, so I thought maybe they suspect that he has some bad intentions, but not. It's clear that he was inside just to make sure that nothing goes wrong. And hey, it's reasonable. The Titans have killed so many people. Why would you now, if you know that someone can change to a Titan and is not always able to control himself, why would you just leave him to sleep anywhere? So that's reasonable. For the better of this video, I'll just go into the episode breakdown, because basically I think a lot of stuff happened and I want to address all of it, not just some main things, because I think a lot of things were the main things if you ask me. So I think the first arc which resolved was Jean's. He was still having his issues with the equipment, grab a new one, and Marco, Connie and Annie came into Jean's help, especially because even the new equipment had some issues. They survived, but a lot of dangerous stuff happened. I thought that Marco might die because he's I think he seemed like the least important character. I think he joined the last. I think we've seen Connie, Annie and Jean, of course, before. Marco, I could be wrong. He probably still was in the third episode, but I never remembered him. So I expected Marco to die, and he did at the end, but not there at that scene where I expected it. I thought that one of them will die, none did, luckily. But there were some dangerous moments. Some Titans were at that point where Titan jumped and flew through the air, and then Annie saved Jean. It just begs the question, so was that an abnormal Titan? Because looking back into episode 5, I guess a lot of those Titans who killed Eren's squad were abnormal. Because I think the abnormal are a lot faster, or all of them are, but they don't act like only the abnormal ones do. Because they act fast. Like this guy who jumped towards Jean now was extremely fast, but then you have some who move really slowly and are easily killed. So yeah, they succeeded, they survived this. Eren then carried the boulder and was aware. He recognized Mikasa and Armin, so he is totally aware. And they all just went and fought, and they just knew they had to do their job. And at that point, a lot of them died, most notably Ian and the other elite leader. I don't know, I again forgot his name. I just don't know why I can't remember him. He was the leader with Rico and Ian together. It's quite poetic or ironic, or however you want to say it, that it was Rico who survived. Especially because she was the one who was most against this mission and doubted Eren and was arguing with Ian. Anyways, it seems like Rico could be important, especially because she now survived. She got a lot of screen time, her being against Eren and now and then helping Eren. It could be a story going forward, she might be one of his biggest protectors now, who knows. And those deaths all were it was... Attack on Titan really likes to kill some characters really quickly, but you know them. They introduce you, they show them to you, and their deaths are not slow, they're just quick. Even Ian's, when we've seen his face when the Titan chewed him, was quite fast. And the other one, he was actually even faster. I didn't even realize he was dead. And this just basically puts the horror back, even though they succeeded, even though they won now, and even though we've seen a lot of Titans being killed, we still fear the Titans, because these fast, out of nowhere deaths strike you sometimes the most. They might not be so emotional, but they strike you with fear quite a lot. Also, speaking of Ian, it was interesting, he basically saved someone and then died because of that. Someone said that he can't fight the Titans anymore because when they killed his friend, he was glad that it wasn't him. And we've seen now Ian sacrificing for someone else. It could be Ian's personality, or it could be the fact that the humans needed motivation. That's why I said this victory. That's why I said, I think in the introduction, that I expect them to win. That the humans desperately need a victory. They need something to look forward to. They need something to say, okay, this is possible. I think humans can put their head down and struggle and go through tough times, but they need to see a light at the end of the tunnel. If there needs to be something greater that you know you can achieve. If you don't know, then that's why some people are, if I know that I die, well, then I'll just die with my family. Eren succeeded. He didn't. Armin didn't had to take him out. He was so exhausted. Captain Levy appeared, helped Mikasa, Armin, and Rico. He killed those two Titans at a super fast time. Again, as I said, he reminded me of a male version of Mikasa fighting-wise, so he is one of the more powerful characters, it seems. And when those returned, these elite survey corps, the cannons and everything they used to just clean up Trost. And then they had to remove all the bodies. Also, before I move forward, they captured two Titans. I guess this is for research. I think they were two smaller Titans, like the smallest you can get. I think they were 4 meters. They might experiment with them, we might learn something new. This could also go wrong, having two Titans. Why two? I think one would be enough. And because of course of fear of a disease to strike out, they need to remove all the bodies, and Jean at that point realized that Marco is dead. It was unexpected because it was never shown why did he die. He was with John a lot, so it would be interesting if we will ever learn more about this. Why did Marco die? I think we don't need an explanation, but I think it would be interesting. Probably Jean wants to know it because I think Jean liked Marco, because Marco was praising Jean a lot. Also, that woman who is, I don't know, a nurse, or what does she represent? Something in the lines of that. Medical expert or body expert. She looked a bit creepy. I know that it's a hard time and they just have to do their job, but her eyes were a bit disturbing. The episode finished with Eren being in the prison, as I said. He, Levi, and Irvin were talking about his intentions. He was then, it seems like, accepted into the Survey Corps. Levi said that he will look at him, so I guess because of his skill. He is, of course, suspicious as... I mean, I like this fact here that, you know, in a lot of shows, we just don't believe the main character just because of the sake of the plot, you know. Even if they see that he's a good person, they will not believe him. But here they do believe him, but they also are being cautious, which is extremely reasonable because even him, like Eren, probably knows that he is dangerous. So they have to look at him and be always prepared for a fight, because you never know what could happen, you know. He is dangerous in that sense. So it seemed like Commander Irvin is the main guy of the whole Survey Corps. It's really interesting because he was also in the first episode So does he have any connections with their that village? Maybe he's also from there. Maybe that's why he'll maybe like Eren. He was also here, also nice to Eren. Maybe that, because of that. I will now talk about those info cards. And those info cards in this episode said that 107 years ago the Titans were first appeared. And they killed most of the population. And the second info card said that the humans tried to fight them by using cannons, but because of their regeneration, it was nothing against the Titans. Like these sort of things, because I would really like to know more about it, because this is just 100 years ago. So I guess there has to be some information about the history before the wall. And this everything happened in a short period, because Hannes said that it's been peace for over 100 years. So I guess in the span of 7 years, the people built this wall, these 3 walls. It's interesting because I have a feel that these 3 walls were there for like thousands of years. So, and this whole thing just explains furthermore why they lack knowledge about the Titans, because there have not been around a lot of time. You could say that a father from Pixis could be in the time before the walls, so this really is a short time in which Titans appeared and lived, so that's interesting. My predictions for the upcoming episode. I'm expecting them to see an outline for the plan on how to recapture Wall Maria. There maybe some will celebrate the victory even though they had a lot of losses. I can see someone being happy, like Pixis having a speech. We might see some experiments on those kidnapped Titans, those 2 who are now kidnapped. We might see some more effects of the war. And this is a thing I also wanted to say that I like the fact that it's not just, oh, they win the battle, now it's over. As I said, war brings a lot, and they have to deal with the bodies, they're afraid of the disease, and there's a lot of stuff that war brings. It's devastating, and that's a great thing. That this show does, showing us every little detail of a war. We might see Eren training, trying to master this thing. It might be a good feel episode, like after we had the first 2 episodes when the first village fell. Then the 3rd and 4th episode, I think maybe were a bit more humoristic, so we might now have some episodes where the whole environment chills a bit. Yeah, those are my predictions. The greatest episode, I think the pacing was better, and a lot better in this episode. The story finally progressed, a lot of stuff happened. They could just drag the whole final battle out. They showed them removing the bodies. They showed Eren in the prison. I thought that they will just cut it. When I realized that there's a prison, I thought that they would cut it out there so that we would be guessing if he's in prison or not. And they haven't done that. It was great to see the humans win. It was great to see them celebrate, but it's also great to see that this comes with a price. The moments when they killed some characters, it was horrific. The whole deaths. Maybe there wasn't any super emotional scene. Because Marco of course was known, but we didn't know him that much, so it was sad. It wasn't extremely emotional, but it still felt heavy. You knew that Jean wasn't feeling great. When Ian died and the other guy, it was tragic, yes, but they're not so extremely important characters, so it doesn't feel so emotional, but it feels really heavy. It was hard to accept that this happens, but this is what this show does. It reminds you that people will still die, and I think it was a great combination of everything. We've seen a lot, and then we had some action. We had the story of Trost was resolved. We had the after battle phase, and then we ended up in the prison. And so I think this episode deserves a 8.8 from me. I wish you all the best no matter what you're celebrating right now, and hope you're having a great time. See you soon.